Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It is me, your girl, Goddess of Love and Truth Reacts, coming to you with another reaction video upload. If you are new to the channel, welcome. If you are a returning subscriber or viewer, welcome back. All of you guys' support is greatly and truly appreciated. If you have not subscribed to the channel as of yet, please be sure to go ahead, click that subscribe button, click that bell notification for all so that you never miss an upload. And don't forget to like the video. By liking the video and subscribing to the channel, not only do it help you not miss an upload, it helps me and my channel get in and remain in the YouTube algorithm. So I appreciate you guys' support. Thank you so much for tuning in and supporting me and the channel. It is truly, truly, and greatly appreciated. Thank you guys so much. And for fun, be sure to leave your comments down below and share the video with your friends and family as well. All right, you guys, it's Monday. Y'all know what time it is. It's that time of day. Let's get into the video. On the next episode of Beyond the Gates, Season 1, Episode 38. All right, you guys, we're into the next episode. This was a good episode. I really, really enjoyed this episode. I hope you guys have watched it already and enjoyed it as well. If you have not watched it, go and check it out first. You know, this is Beyond the Gates. They come on Monday through Friday at 1 p.m. Central Time on CBS. Now, if you miss it, of course, there is no rewinds, but if you get the streaming service Paramount Plus, you will be able to watch the episodes. So let's get into it, you guys. So we started off, you remember Friday, Naomi, she told her grandmother she was trying to get the family together to celebrate her mom, to do something special for her mom and get her mom out. But when her mom got there, Naomi switched it up and she told her mom this is, she's really trying to get her grandmother out. She want her to, sing, just get back to her old self because she really, really missed singing. And, she got some things that's going on about her past with the singing, but every time when Naomi asks her about it, she shuts her out. She shuts it down. But Naomi can really tell that her grandmother really missed that. So she just wanted to do this for some excitement, get her back in that feeling, right? So they get down to the pub or whatever, and then the people were like, hey, everybody was happy to see Anita Dupree. So she looking like, what's going on? And they were like, it's karaoke night. And she was like, oh, we definitely came on the wrong night. And Naomi was like, no, we didn't. This is the perfect night like that. She was like, okay. I just want to sing. I want to sing like that. She still didn't say that she going to have her grandmother sing. She said she want to sing. So then we go here to Nicole and Vanessa. They still having the same conversation. When I tell you this conversation and lasted forever, honey, they still talking about what's that man name? Joey. And she just not understanding why Joey is interested in Vanessa. And she's trying to get Vanessa to see that Joey is not the person that she want to entertain. But, Vanessa keep making all these different excuses. Then they start talking about her relationship with her husband. And she was like, if you still love him, then y'all, you should be with him, make it work or whatever. Just, do what you got to do for your family, whatever you want to do. You know what I'm saying? But she still don't want her messing with Joey. So, child, then we go back to the hospital, and Joey done told Doug that he was like, so you done hurt your hand, so how you gonna pay me my money like that? He was like, okay. He was like, well, I got time. He was like, do you? He was like, I need my money today. And he was like, no. He said, you didn't tell me when you wanted your money to be paid back, so I figured that he said you gave me the money. He was like, yeah, but with the intentions that you was gonna pay me back. And he was like, well, you didn't tell me when you want to pay it back. He said, well, consider this you being notified. I need my money today. I was like, damn. Child, he is a mess. Oh, wait. So then let me finish saying some of this because I don't want to play that video too soon, because I was like, let me go on and get this video in here for y'all real quick. And I didn't catch the beginning. I tried to catch the beginning. I've been trying to catch the beginning since Thursday, but I couldn't quite catch it. So today I caught at least a little bit of it. But this right here, oh, excuse me. He told him, consider it that the money is due today and he want his money like that. And then he was like, I don't have the money to give to you. He was like, but I'm gonna pay it back. And he was like, you gonna have to do something. He said, you gonna have to figure out somebody that that can pay me my money back. He said, and whoever it is, he said, just let it be known to you that they're gonna take over your debt. So not only is it gonna be your debt, it's now gonna become their debt. All right, I had to throw that in there. I hope y'all appreciate that. I didn't get all of it, but I got a little bit. I hope I don't get in trouble for that. So then we go here to Eva. She's at the country club meeting up with the two people that was doing helping Danny, or working with Danny for that fashion show. And they like work in the fashion industry. So here they are being all stuck up and snobbish, honey. Like, they was sitting up here laughing at Eva. I felt so bad for Eva. I was like, dang, but you know what? She handled herself like a pro. So they was making fun of her because she was like, oh, this party gonna be lit and stuff like that. She was talking like me, but see, if I'm around bougie people like that, child, even though you don't have to change your persona, who you are, but I'm not gonna be talking like that around. Even if they not bougie, I'm not gonna be talking like that if I'm trying to do an event, or even if I'm at work, like how I'm talking there, how I get on here and just be like, da, 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 da. Yeah, I could talk like that with my friends and family and stuff like that, but professionally I wouldn't. But Eva, she's young, she don't know, what I'm saying? It is what it is. Some people, they just, and you supposed to be who you are. You're not supposed to change yourself for nobody. And me being professional when I'm at work is not changing myself for anybody. I'm just being professional. It's, the saying, it's a time and it's a place for everything. But some people don't have that professional side to them. And she's trying, what I'm saying? She's growing or whatever. I don't want her to change herself, but she do need to speak differently when she's speaking to certain people, you know what I'm saying? But even like with them, she could talk to them however they want, because they ain't nobody, you know what I'm saying? They ain't nobody. And they was laughing at her. I didn't like the fact that they was laughing at her. She was just trying to, help out. She was just trying to voice her ideas or whatever. And then they really threw it in, talking about, we can just call Kat. So she just broke it down and she was like, listen, I ain't grow up behind the gates and stuff like that. She said, so yes, I'm a little different. I may say things differently or whatever. She said, but I want the best for their, their anniversary. I want this to go out like with a bang. It's just her choice of words, her articulation. You know what I'm saying? But it was still okay. It's not like I I don't know. I often say it's not like a life or death situation, but it's not. I mean, it is business because you're working for Nicole and them, but you don't work for these people. So I mean, like, child, long as your employer is okay, then they okay. And then like sometimes I wouldn't say sometimes when I work at work I start talking like this. I don't. But like if I have to check a person at work, I do know how to check them professionally as well. I often say, because when I get to checking people, then sometimes, but no, I don't. I be like, I'm gonna tell y'all this. This how crunk it is. Like I guess I do turn it on and turn it off. I'm gonna tell y'all an example right here. Cause one of my coworkers called me out. Lord, I hollered. So this was back in the day, long time ago. When I used to work in a call center and I used to talk on the phone, right? So so when I get on the phone, I talk professionally. You know what I'm saying? Especially because you're talking to customers, you're talking to your customers or whatever. They have to give you surveys. Now, with people like that, then yes, I definitely will be fake with the people I'm talking to over the telephone, because shoot, they can, make or break my bonus and stuff like that. So yes, I do. I will turn it off and on, and I guess you could say I'm fake. I used to even say that, and people were like, stop saying you be fake. I was like, yeah, I do though, because sometimes I was like, I don't talk like this all the time. I talk like this when I want to, when I choose to. So my coworkers that I work with, that I'm cool with, I would talk to them like how I'm talking now. You know what I'm saying? And then sometimes, even if it's, business people, it just depends on the environment. You know what I'm saying? Again, a time and a place for everything. Certain things I'll say, certain things I will not say around certain people. You know what I'm saying? Just like using profanity, same thing. So I could be sitting up there talking to my coworkers. We could, because you know how it is. If you in between calls, you sitting up there, y'all talking about whatever, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's professional or not, y'all talking about whatever. Child, when that phone ring, I be like, thank you for calling. Da-da-da-da-da-da. And then I start saying, whoever I'm working for, and then I be like, I say my name, how may I be of assistance today or whatever. Baby, this one guy, I look back, he was on the floor cracking up. So once I got off my call, he was like, you know what? I've been meaning to tell you this. He said, you be killing me. He said, you be sitting up here talking to us regular, and soon as that phone ring, you turn into Becky. I was cracking up. I was cracking up. But you know what? I always get good surveys, and I always get my bonus. Now, him on the other hand, he talked to his customers just like he talked to us. He say whatever, and he don't give a darn. And guess what? He didn't bonus every month. So I guess it is. It just depends on the situation. You know what I'm saying? But child, that just made me think about that. But let me finish the video so I won't be taking too long on the video. I just wanted to give y'all an example. But anyway, so after she explained to them or whatever, they stopped laughing at her. They shouldn't have been laughing at her in the first place, especially after what they said. So they let her know, we didn't grow up behind the gates as well. We had to learn to, get accustomed to this lifestyle and, to speak and get on their level. So they told her that, they'll help her out, which is what they should have did in the first place. Don't be laughing at her, especially when you know that you used to be this girl, you know what I'm saying? And you're trying to, be more professional, you know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with trying to better yourself and to be articulate and, be more professional. It's not like you turning on or turning off for certain people. You're just trying to better yourself to be, again, professional. So they shouldn't have even laughed at her. So I'm glad they went ahead and let her know that they haven't always been like that as well, because don't do her like that. Don't do her. And so this is still them having that conversation or whatever. And they killed me when they were like, we'll call Cash. She was like, no. And she went ahead, like I said, and explained. So still same thing, conversation. So then we go here. They was meeting up. I still can't remember this lady name. I told y'all before, but I can't remember this name. And then this is Ashley mom. The black lady is Nicole, one of Nicole's assistants. The white lady is Ashley's mom. They sit up there, they was talking, and the black lady tell the other lady that about Laura's condition. She was like, she was doing fine, and then she got this infection. So she was like, it's just this infection. Once this infection wears off or whatever, then she'll be able to, get back to work. So in comes psychedelic lady, and she come bearing gifts. You know what I'm saying? She bought them some gifts or whatever. And they were like, oh, you got this type of money. And then I forgot what the lady said. She named the brand, the white lady. She named the brand or whatever that, I think it was like a scarf or something. I don't know. She named the brand or whatever it was that Leslie bought her. And Leslie put her bag to the side in between her and Nicole's other assistant. So Nicole's other assistant being nosy, honey, she was like, in this wig? I was cracking up. So she was like, yeah, she was like, she said, you seem like you from behind the gate. Well, she didn't say behind the gates, but I guess she said she didn't call her uppity. I can't remember her exact words, but she was just saying like, she was like, yeah, but why do they get to always, dress up, be nice? She was like, sometimes we can, if we got it or we can do it once, it's fine for us to dress up and, not, she didn't say play make believe, but she was just like, sometimes you could treat yourself. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you can go out and buy you a nice dress and this and that, there and the other, because apparently she bought her a dress as well. And she bought Eva a dress like that. So they were like, well, yeah, I guess you can or whatever, especially when you're not used to having it like that. You can, definitely splurge a little bit. It's okay to splurge a little bit. But I was glad that lady pulled that wig out. So y'all see that she be changing her personalities or whatever, baby. The lady was joking, but Leslie for real, and Leslie be changing her identity. Cause baby, honey child. Oh, and then they was talking about like the money. They were like, so you must got a man. So she was like, yeah, me and my ex came back in acquaintance or whatever. And she was like, y'all'll meet him soon. Girl, I'm not finna play with her. They is not together. And you definitely came back in acquaintance with him because you blackmailing him, and he is not trying to be with you. So stop trying to make these women believe that you got a dude that's trying to be with you, child. She is crazy. So then we go here. I forgot okay, I think he was just looking at his wife. He was looking at Anita. I forgot what they was talking about. I can't even remember, but everybody was just showing up. They got there. Chelsea and them, you can see them back there on the stage, but I think the next picture, yeah, here they go. Chelsea and Kat, they came down to greet them. I think they had just got there. I think that's what it was. So then Smitty and Martin, they showed up. And baby, let me find out too. No, Vanessa is a whole garden tool, honey. Well, I can't call a woman a garden tool. She just be out. Well, yeah, I can, cause she married, honey, and she be out here getting her groove on. You hear me, with other men other than her husband. But I guess they have an arrangement. So okay, maybe I won't call her garden tool because they have an arrangement. I guess because he talked about it later. They was like he still love her, you know what I'm saying? Because she told him, she was like, even though we decided to do our own things, I want you to know that I'm still here for you and I love you. But I guess I should have waited because that's gonna come down later on. So, but Ted, let me find out. Ted came in, he got the robe on her now. I didn't catch it when he first came in. I'm glad I didn't because I don't think you could put that on YouTube. Baby, Ted came in there all chest out, baby, all just baby, a six pack, like boom. Bam. And he didn't know that Vanessa was there. He had to hurry up and cover up Nicole, like, OMG. Vanessa was like, don't mind me. She was glad to see that they still have that thrill in their relationship. So he was like, my bad, like that. So he spoke and then he went out, baby. That was too funny how he came up in there. Then I don't know who this lady is, but she came over there to greet Vernon, and she was saying that she looked up to him. He inspired her to do the work that she's doing, everything. Now, then they came. Now, baby, when I tell y'all with this soap opera, these are some of the fastest changing clothes, getting to the next scene people I know that they be saying cut and they have time or whatever, but child, she was literally just at her house drink, because I was under the impression, I was like, okay, so I guess Nicole is not gonna go because her and Vanessa been sitting up there talking for 2 days now. But all of a sudden, bam, she's dressed, she got on other clothes, and then she's there. I can understand Ted getting dressed because he didn't have no clothes on. He just had his robe on. But Nicole had on a whole different outfit. She was drinking. They was turning up. So I didn't think she was going to come, but she showed up like instantly. I was like, well, damn, okay. So then we got Danny and them, they at the table. Danny talking to Chelsea. Chelsea asked her what she got going on now. And then she said she got some adventures or whatever. And she was like, what? And so she was like, you kept your business a secret. She was like, can I have at least 1 minute to myself about my new adventures and then share like that. And she was like, touche, touche. I just want to check on you, make sure you good. So then, oh yeah, Eva was looking at Tomas. When Tomas came in, Tomas caught her eye. I meant to pause on that picture that I passed a few minutes ago to show y'all. She was looking up at him. So when she was leaving the table, she knew he was over there, so she walked by slowly, and then he said something to her. He was like, after the way you handled that, he said, I should buy you a drink. Child, Tomas be flirting his butt off, hunted child. So Kat asked Chelsea, she was like, well, did you have time to think? Do you know if you're gonna ask your mom to be our head of our marketing or whatever? And she was like, well, my mom said she got a new adventure, so I didn't ask her, you know what I'm saying, because she got something else going on. So maybe that's a good thing. And Kat was like, I don't know, we still should see or whatever. But child, Kat is pushing the issue, child. She doing too much. If Chelsea don't want to do it, she don't want to do it. So then we get Martin and Smitty. They talking to Vernon, telling Vernon about the ordeal that happened with Terrell at the school and how they want to intervene or whatever. And so he was like, well, what happened? They showed him the picture. He was like, oh, he was like, why don't we get someone that's an expert in this or whatever? So they brought over Chelsea and they wanted to know, how could they fix this, when people are like bullying online or whatever. And she was like, ooh, she said, well, tell him what he has to do is he has to flood his social media with, the hottest thing, new pictures of him, different pictures, just a lot of different stuff that he got going on, pictures of him looking good or whatever, to make them forget about that and, just flood it out or whatever. That's basically all you could do. And then they were like, dang, we was hoping to get more. And she was like, what, y'all thought I had like a magic button or something like that? And she was like, no, he just needs to not worry about it. And again, just keep uploading good things about him or whatever. So Vernon also reminded them that they're not back in the day like how they grew up. You know what I'm saying? It's a different times or whatever. So they, probably need to let Terrell handle his own affairs as well. He was like, because I know my grandson is, he said my great grandson is well equipped of handling himself the way he beat me in chess. So then we go here, and it was my antenna was messing up, but I had to get this picture. He over here playing with the doggone the surgeon instruments or whatever, making little threats or whatever to Doug. So he was like, surely there's somebody that can take on this debt, that can help you out with this, somebody that loves you and care about you. He hinting at his wife. That's why he keeps saying it. He said, somebody must love you, care. He was like, I'm not going to ask anybody to handle my debts. He was like, oh, you going to have to do something because I need my money today. I was like, boy, this here man here, like, he is too much, honey. So they were still having a conversation. He was like, because you can't do nothing with that hand or whatever. He was like, I can't. He said, if I ask somebody, I'm going to have to tell them why I'm borrowing the money. He said, I don't need nobody knowing about my gambling problem. He was like, well, that sounds like a personal problem to me. He was like, you want their problems or you want my problems? He, baby, threatening him. And Doug was like, don't threaten me and I get your money or whatever, baby. I was like, okay, Doug, stand up for yourself. But baby, Joey shut him right back down and said, listen, ninja. Well, he didn't call him a ninja. Maybe I shouldn't say that with the white man talking to the black man. He didn't call him that, y'all. He said, Doug was like, listen, dude, I run this stuff. He didn't say it like that, but he was pretty much letting him know he run this and you need to run me my money. I don't care what you got to do, but you better find somebody that love you, that is going to take up for you, that's going to get this done because you need to get this done and I need this today. So then she walked in and then he said something. Doug was just mentioning his wife. He said, I mean, Joey was just mentioning Doug's wife. He was like, yeah, your wife, do she even know or something like that, he said. And so when she walked in, I thought she heard him talking about her or mentioning her, but she didn't. She just trying to figure out what he was doing there. So of course they change up, acting like they all good. She was like, what are you doing here? And then he was like, he just, out the goodness of his heart, he heard the nurses saying that Doug hurt his hands or whatever. So he wanted to come back there and check on and make sure he was good. Child, please. You ain't got no type of relationship with Doug that she know of. So we go here. They having the same conversation. She's telling them that they gonna meet her guy dude or know who he is sooner than later. But child, they don't know that she up to no good. So he's talking to Eva. He tell Eva that the law firm just finish this settlement or whatever. And then she was like, oh, okay, that's good. He was like, yeah, the guy that caused the settlement, he's no longer with the company. He said, yeah, but we finished it, so now we can move forward or whatever. And then he told her that it was Naomi that was going against the firm. And she was like, wait, what? Naomi was suing her own father? And he was like, yeah. And she said, I couldn't imagine doing anything like that to hurt my father, So she was like, I don't know my father or whatever, but I don't think I could ever do anything like that to hurt the father. So she went into a whole spiel. Tomas would start being there for her. She was talking about how her mom had a husband, but he never considered her his daughter, and she couldn't call him dad. She said that they never went hungry. He did for them or whatever, but you can tell that he wasn't treating her like she was his daughter because she wasn't blood, So it kind of, she was like, emotional about the fact that he wouldn't even let her call him dad. She had to call him Alan. So then we go back to the club, and Naomi then got on the stage and said that she wanna sing. And then she was like, okay, but when they started playing the music, she was like, wait a minute. She was like, I forgot, in order for me to do this, I need some help. So she was like, Danny Dupree, come on up here. Her mama was like, me, whatever. They ain't already done playing this. So she went up there and she was on the stage or whatever. So they started the music again, act like they were finna sing. And then she was like, wait, we need the main person for this. So they asked I'm finna call her Verna. They asked Anita to come up there. Anita didn't like that. Anita was mad, and she was talking to Verna. Verna was like, you got this. He was like, you sing, you hum every day. I hear you singing, you still got it. She was like, no, one thing about me is every time I hit that stage, I was prepared. I was rehearsed. I don't get up there and do amateur or whatever. She was like, what if it's somebody here and people are recording and some of this get out like that? She was like, no, my stuff needs to be practiced. I need to rehearse. He was like, baby, you still got it. He was just, trying to encourage her, but baby, she wasn't trying to hear it. And she was pissed off. And they were sitting up there like, come on. And they had everybody talking about Anita. She was looking around like, I know y'all effing lying. Like, I know y'all effing lying. Like that. Like, are y'all serious? Because I'm not getting up here. And then you have Smitty talking to this man. He said, thank you for being here. I don't know who this man was. I don't know if he is a journalist or whatever, and he's the one there to record it after Anita just said it. But you know who else was recording? Chelsea. Chelsea was over there recording again. She recorded that the dang on pow powing at the wedding, and she recording this as well. So I don't know who this guy was, but Smitty thanked him for being there or whatever. So I don't know what that's about, honey. So then Nicole come over there. She trying to talk to her mom. She trying to help her dad, encourage her to go up there too. And she said like, I don't think she said don't psychoanalyze me, but whatever she said, like, I'm not your patient. Don't do me like that. Cause she was trying to, talk to her like she talked to her patients to get her up there and motivate her to get up there. And she was like, no, absolutely not. So they kept on, and Vernon just kept talking and just feeding her. So I love him for her. You know what I'm saying? I know this is a soap opera, but he is a really good husband on this soap opera. Child. So she went on ahead and she decided she gonna get up there, but we gonna see on the next one. So we go here, and Vanessa was asking Doug what was that about. And this one she was saying, she was like, now listen, I know we agreed to do our own thing. She said, but I didn't know it was gonna cause problems. She was like, are you okay? She was like, they said they love each other. He was like, yeah. He was like, I love you. This don't have nothing to do with you. He said, it's all on me. It's me. And it really is, you know what I'm saying? So apparently they have an agreement, you know what I'm saying? Because she said, we agree that we can do our own thing. She said, but I didn't think doing our own thing was going to make you go into like a outward spiral, you know what I'm saying? Like, what is it? She was like, I love you. She's like, I always love you. And and that's another thing. Doug told Joey that his wife would never leave him, because Joey said something about that, baby. He was like, my wife would never leave me. And she said that too. She's like, she'll never leave, because I guess because they had that agreement, so she can, do what she do on the side or whatever. I guess he can too, but he don't, you know what I'm saying? So she asked him what happened, and he told her that, he lost a patient and he did this to himself. He got mad and he hit his hand on the desk or whatever, and now he sprained his wrist or whatever. So she was like, well, maybe you could teach, or you could do this, or you could do something like that. He said, oh, maybe I can start spending more time with my beautiful wife. I said, okay, Doug, honey. So this was her still saying, that part that I just told you. That's why she was looking all serious or whatever. But I hope he don't get the. Oh, that's another thing. Vernon, he had said, that's what he said when she was walking up. He was like, yeah, he said, your wife, he said maybe she could sell 3 of those houses by today and have my money like that. I was like, oh, child, see, he already putting her money in the business. She probably already got the money, ain't got to sell no houses to give you the money, because they had already said that she come from wealth. You know what I'm saying? So she already have plenty of money. He just worried about money laundering, cleaning his money through her houses or whatever. But even if she decide to help her husband, she may not have to do it through her business. She could just pull the money out her account, from where I understand, because I heard she got it like that. Okay. So then we go here. Anita finally got on the stage, y'all. I was like, okay, go Anita, go Anita, go Anita. And then she got up there first, and she about to open her mouth, and then she paused, and she was like, shoot, baby, she didn't want to do it. It had went on a commercial break. It came back. She told them to stop, and then I thought she wasn't gonna sing, and I think they thought it too, but she went ahead and told them to start it over, and then she told them to start it over. So then we go here to Joey, and he's on the phone with somebody. I don't know who he's on the phone with. I don't think it's Randy, based off of how he was talking, because he tell Randy what to do. He don't like give Randy all the tea or whatever, unless he trying to threaten him or whatever. So he told whoever he was talking to on the phone that he think it's a goal that he got. He said, it was a slight delay, but I think we gonna be able to get this done. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, he like, so it's somebody else behind it as well, that they, plotting on Doug and his wife. Well, really his wife, because they trying to clean their money through her business, because her business legit. So we go back here. We already told y'all what they was talking about. She was saying she could never do that, and she wished she, knew who her father was or whatever. So after Nita told them to start it over, then they started performing, you guys. They started performing, and Anita started singing, baby. They was up there dancing. Danny was really getting it. I was like, look at Danny. I was happy for all of them. I was happy for Anita, because she, finally got up there and she's enjoying herself as she was performing, which was the goal of Naomi. But at the same time, Danny was also enjoying herself. So it did work out still for both of them. They both was up there enjoying themselves, baby. Danny was breaking it down, honey. It's like, look at Danny, child. They was all across that stage. Look at Anita. They was just singing and dancing. And I think that was it. Yep, it ended there with them dancing, child. So this was a good episode. I really, really enjoyed their performance at the end. I really liked the fact that Anita and Danny both were able to get out there and enjoy themselves. She felt like how she felt back in the day when she used to sing. And then Danny had a change of what her lifestyle is right now. So she was able to enjoy family, get up here, dance, perform with her mom and her daughter, and not be thinking about Bill Hamilton. All right, you guys, thank y'all for tuning in. If you have not subscribed to the channel as of yet, what are you waiting for? Be sure to click that subscribe button, click that bell notification for all, so that you never miss an upload. Like the video, share the video, and again, leave your comments down below. I think I already said that. All right, you guys, and as we say before we go, love, peace, and hair grease. Smooches. Bye. Happy Monday.